Hi everybody, welcome to the new season of Cards, and we're actually coming to the end of Commandos week though, so let's see if we can use a deck that I've been working on a little bit. Got a little bit of help from the recent patch that just went through, and crafted some cards and put them in this one. And this one we are calling Bomber Commandos. This is the American British version of Commandos, and you're going to see a lot of elites in this deck because, well, American British Commandos is, I think it's probably the weakest version of Commandos, to be quite honest. So we'll see how we do, though. You see the Hellcat here, gunship missions, daylight bombings to survive that early game. Even this M18 Hellcat sometimes turns into a removal order. We have our commandos, of course. We have one convoy. Might want to think about putting extra convoys in. Crusader, and just some more, just all the removal. We just want to take all the American removal that we could get our hands on and put it into this deck. Mobilization, really good bridge to the late game for us, helps us refuel after we use up all that early removal. Corsair, just because it's big and tough. Night raids, and then we have our strategic bombing. We can do it, which actually is really good in this deck because it helps our wildcats, and I'll go back to wildcat in just a second. Big fellow, of course, at the top of the curve. But the F4F wildcat's really important to us. It really takes the pressure off of our HQ in the early game, and it fights back. So we have the full complement in here. I think it's a pretty good card to craft too if you're a newer player. But you'll see a lot of the specials and elites in this deck just because, well, I've tried a couple different versions, and sometimes you just need the high-end big beef cards to make a difference. And I think if we play enough specials and elites, we'll get some wins with this one. But yeah, that's Bomber Commandos. Let's get to some gameplay. So first up here is Red Alert. We don't want any of these to start. We definitely want the Wildcat though. And we get another Wildcat and we get a mobilization. So not a lot of help. We have a lot of removal orders off the top of our deck though, so hopefully we will see them. Naval bombardment. So we're playing against Red Alert and they're playing USA, so hopefully they're not on an artillery deck or anything like that, but let's see. Alright, so they're ramping with the War Machine. We get a gunship mission. Yeah, we'll drop a Wildcat out there, though. I mean, we're not under a lot of early pressure, which is really good for us. See if they have an answer to our Wildcat. They're up to 4 credits already, so if they're playing Germans, then they might have Tactical Strike. Wildcat gets hit by Sudden Strike too, but we haven't seen what else they're playing. Alright, so they're playing the Soviets. They have an I-15 and another War Machine. Okay. Well, I think we buzz in at their HQ and pass the turn. Sure. So maybe they're on the big Ural Factories deck. That's what I-15 kind of shows most of the time. Death from above. Alright, so an attack at the HQ plus chewing up a death from above. That's not bad for a little Wildcat. Alright, and they do the Ural Factories trick, so that's fine. Okay, they get a 42nd rifles and an I-16. We grab a commando though, so that's good. Let's see. Let's go with a commando into a Desert Rats. Take out that I-16. We're going to leave this 42nd alone for now. So we might have From the Peoples in our future. Well, I don't want to waste a ping on a 42nd rifles, so see what they do. Alright, move the 42nd rifles up. Alright, and a Cossacks. 4th Kuban Cossacks, or is it Cuban? I think it's Kuban though. Alright, and they have a Wildcat of their own. So, good opportunity here to use our naval bombardment. Maybe we can pick off one of those in the front line. So let's do that. Oop. Play our naval bombardment. Alright, so we hit the 42nd rifles. So we want to make sure we got to play out some more definitely playing a gunship mission here. Hopefully we hit that 40-second rifles now. And we do. Alright, so that's a little bit lucky. Pinned both of these, so hopefully they're good targets for more pings in the future. 40-second rifles could be a real pain in the butt for commandos, though, since it repairs at the end of combat every turn. So that could be a real stickler for commandos deck. Alright, so we got 7 credits to use here. Well, I think we got to go mobilization and fuel back up a little bit. Hopefully we take some stuff out. We do. We get those Cossacks. That's great. Let's take out the Wildcat for our opponent. Now they're going to get to draw off this 7th Regiment, but that's okay. We have some We Can Do It's coming up. We have more Wildcats to help us out. So, and they're down to 3 cards, going to go up to 4. Patton's really good with the big fella, or these M16s. Patton's mostly in here because he's a cheap order for the Americans, and there's upside to it. So if you don't have a Patton, that's not a killer for this deck. Alright, so lots of infantry for our opponent. Okay, air defense. It doesn't look like they're going to have a lot of planes on our opponent's side. So let's think. We could go, We Can Do It, make our commandos better, and then turn on an air defense. I think that's what we want to do here. So let's do it. Let's go We Can Do It, see what we draw. Ooh, a Hellcat. Alright, Hellcat's going to wait until next turn so we can go Patton and Hellcat. I know that's elite into elite, but it's really good. So let's just turn on our air defense and pass the turn back here. Hopefully they'll attack with the Greyhound first. That'd be nice. Just so we can blow it up. Ooh, Patton of their own. Alright, and so they're going to get to draw a couple here. But they're going to run out of credits in a hurry, so... Alright, so some engineers for our opponent and a Katie. Okay. We gotta start finding our strategic bombing, but we take out the Katie with the air defense, so that's good. Well, that's very good. I have to imagine they're going to move forward here with at least the 7th Regiment. We do have our opponent empty-handed, so if we can cut through everything they have out here, we're feeling a little bit better. Alright, gunship mission's a good start. Let's go with a, let's see, this will be a 2-3 when it attacks. Okay, so let's go with a, gotta do this right here. Well, okay, let's go first with a Hellcat. Hellcat blow up those engineers. Then we can bring out a, let's see, do we want to do a We Can Do It or double Wildcat? Let's go with a We Can Do It. It makes so they have to attack our Hellcat twice, and we got a ping at the Greyhound, and it gave us a little HQ defense, and our opponent's in top deck mode. So they get 1 bonus draw off moving this 7th Regiment up. Alright, looks like they're going to go after our HQ. That's fine. Alright, the Ural Factory's a 7th Regiment. And they get a 101st Airborne, which is a problem. Not insurmountable, though. So 4 more damage, and our Hellcat takes out another bad guy. So that's good. We're running low on HQ points, though. Alright, Crusader. Crusader doesn't really help. Let's get another commando out there. Let's play Patton. Sure, let's play Patton. Okay. Let's go with a... Let's see, the Hellcat could take... Okay, let's go with... Let's see, let's go with a Wildcat to start. Wildcat taking out these 7th Regiment, number 1. Let's go with another Wildcat taking out the Greyhound. And this gives our base a little bit of a defense. Pass the turn. So we got a mountain to climb still, for sure. Alright, come on, Wildcat, stay strong. Dodge those other rockets. Okay, good. So let's see what our opponent does here. Alright, so they use the 7th Regiment. Alright. So we're down to 7 on our HQ. Ooh, we get a really nice one, though. Alright, let's get rid of that Katyusha. We're grinding our way through them. Let's pin the 101st, see if we can ping out the front line for our opponent. Alright, so we ping out 2. Alright, and then let's get, let's go to the Crusader and our Hellcat. Could have done an attack there, I guess. Probably should have. Save some HQ hit points. Alright, so they have a Wildcat of their own. Maybe they'll go after our Hellcat, though. Alright, good play by our opponent. We kind of gave up 3 hit points there. Alright, let's take out... Okay, let's use our commandos to take out the 7th. Then we can run our Crusader up there. We just want to clear the battlefield and put our opponent in total top deck mode. So we're willing to make that trade because now we have a Corsair. Now our top decks versus their top decks. And we get an immediate pass from our opponent. So let's get in at their HQ. And let's night raid. Okay. Lots of pings. Let's move 1 commando up, and we stole for freedom from our opponent, so let's use it. Get some more pings in. And next turn we're looking really good. We move that commando up just because there are American blitz tanks or Soviet blitz tanks. So they're going to take out one of our commandos. But this T-34 will go away. And we get a nice death from above to take out the 6th Airborne Guards. And that's going to be lethal. We're going to do it. Get a win to start with Bomber Commandos. Wanted to definitely get our opponent in top deck mode. And once we're in top deck mode, we have some really good cards coming. So I know it's not exactly the best when you have that many, and we'll get these invalid decks taken care of in just a little bit. It's not 100% the best when you're have to build a deck with all these kind of specials and elites, but that's the way sometimes you got to build a deck. And if you have really good cards, use your good cards. There's no rules against using good cards. Alright, so we have a patent. We are going to throw this We Can Do It back. We want to see... Okay, that's what we want to see is the Desert Rats. And we're up against AB0 here. So good luck to them. Get their draw going. Alright, good. We'd like to see a pass from our opponent on turn 1. We're not going to throw just a commando out there for no reason. They're also playing the Americans, so... see if there's some big stuff coming our way. Nothing yet. I'm a little leery to throw this Wildcat out there, but I don't want to skip 3 turns in a row, so let's see what happens. Alright, Careless Talk. We at least get it out of their hand. Alright, so they have a Wildcat of their own. Alright, commando for us. Alright, let's go with a commando, and let's ping this Wildcat and get it with a commando, so we'll take that. See if they have anything specifically, they're USA, we haven't seen any other, well, we've seen Germany, so hopefully we can avoid a sudden strike or, our enemy lost contact. Okay, well, Hopefully they can reconnect with the game. They do. Okay, good. So draw for our opponent. Alright, see if they have any direct removal orders for the Germans. Germans tend to have a lot of those, and alright, Nebelwerfer really is one, so Hellcat would destroy the Nebelwerfer, but we lose the Nebelwerfer. So let's just excuse me. Let's go with let's go with a Night Raid, because we at least get to draw a card. Alright, so we get a death from above and a ping, so we'll take that. See what AB0's got up their sleeve now. Next turn we can go with another commando. Looks like our opponent's having some connection issues here. So next turn we can go with another commando. Oh, okay, so they're back. Another commando into a daylight bombing, depending on what our opponent plays here. That'd be pretty good. The animation on these gold cards, they actually kind of like shimmer a little bit. That's interesting. Alright, so let's see what our opponent's got going on. They're thinking it over. I mean, okay, gunship mission. I was going to say, they got to have some point removal probably in their hand. Alright, and the 17th Regiment to pump up the Nebelwerfer. Alright, so I think what we do is we go commando, commando, and bomb the Nebelwerfer. See if we can get the 17th Infantry as well. We get it once. Alright, so let's see what else our opponent's got going on. Hopefully we don't eat an Eagle's Claws here. We're kind of a little overextended right now. Alright, Panzer's no fun, but we get a mobilization, so that's really good. I think what we're going to do instead, though, is go Hellcat and blow up this Panzer. It's a trade, but it's a trade we'll take. We'll pass the turn back. See what else our opponent's up to. I mean, the ball's in their court right now for sure. Sudden strike. They draw with a Sherman. We're falling behind a little bit, but I think we can catch up here. Let's start with a convoy. Okay. Okay. And then let's go with a mobilization. We're not under too much HQ pressure. I mean, we're probably going to take 6 next turn, but we have some frontline demo on the way. Plus we have a little frontline, or a little HQ healing. Alright, so now it's getting a little silly. Alright, a Night Raid's nice. Let's go with a Night Raid. Tactical Strike is good. And we'll go with a Naval Bombardment. Pin everything in that front line. Pick off the Greyhound as well. Okay, so if this commando can get us through, let's see. Alright, Tactical Strike on our commando. Alright, we have a handful of removal though. Okay, daylight bombing. Alright. Alright, so let's go with a... Well, we kind of want to hold on to that for our Crusaders, which hopefully will be showing up soon. Let's go with a Tactical Strike on the on the Sherman. We can do it. Okay, yeah, we can. Let's blow up this 7th Regiment. We're starting to take the card advantage back, so we kind of have to push that advantage, because that's one of the things that we're definitely going to have here. They have 22 cards, we have 20. Alright, so another 7th Regiment and a Wildcat. Okay, so we have a couple of gunship missions. Let's go with a... Let's go with a Wildcat of our own. And let's pump up that Wildcat. They will get to draw here. They get to draw here, but I think we got to pass a turn back. Hopefully we can snag a big fella off the top. Okay, that's a big fella of their own. They just blew up our Wildcat, so that's no good. Alright, Crusader. Okay, so Crusader's going to help us do a couple of things here. First, let's bomb the B-17. Okay, big fellow of our own. Okay. Let's go with a gunship mission. I know we're multiple for wanting ourselves here, but we can't take too many hits from the B-17, plus we're helping out our own HQ. And the next turn we can go Patton into B-17 of our own. They've wrestled the card advantage back from us. Alright, sudden strike, that's fine. M16, okay. Or M16, a Greyhound. Alright, a lot of 7th regiments running around this evening. Okay. Well, let's go with a... Do we want to go with a Patton? I don't think we want to do that just yet. Let's blow up a 7th regiment. Then let's... Well, do we want a death from above or something? Not really. Let's spin the wheel with the big fella. Hopefully he eats up this Wildcat. He does. Alright, great. Because he will ignore the damage from the Greyhound, and then the 7th Regiment moves up. Now, if they have a death from above, that hurts. It looks like they're trying to just rip it out of their hand. So, death from above. They couldn't wait to play it. Even with that though, we still have options. Okay, P40 was one of them. So let's go with a death from above first. Hopefully we get that Corsair. And we get the Greyhound. That's kind of stinky. Alright, then we'll go with a P40. And that P40 is going to go down, but hopefully I'll give them another target. A little bit unlucky there that they had the death from above. We did have to make the move, but... Alright, they tactical strike, so I don't think we're going to be getting there with this one. We can't win every one of them. Yep, down to 3 on our HQ. Strategic bombing helps. Let's do a strategic bombing. Doesn't do much. Do it. Draw desert rats. That might have been good, but we're not gonna get there this time. So AB0 with the win. Good for them. All right, so 1-1 with bomber commandos. Let's get over to the next one. All right, so right back after it with Hippophoralcus. Slow hand here, but we have our card draw. Let's throw a strategic bombing back. Maybe we get it. Okay, Wildcats will take some pressure off of us. Playing against a German player here, so see what they are up to. Alright. Waiting for them to make a decision here. Okay, so nothing on their opening turn. Have to imagine they're setting up careless talks. We don't really want to run a Wildcat into a careless talk if we don't have to. So they decide to go with the War Machine. Let's get a Wildcat out there. I mean, if we eat a tactical strike or even a sudden strike here, that's a pain, but it clears one card out of their hand. So they go with another War Machine and another War Machine. Alright, so they're very aggressive on their ramp. Let's go with a P40. Hopefully anything that they play into the P40 that'll help us with the operation cost, because they do have a significant credit advantage right now. Tactical strike on the P40. Okay. Still got 3 credits left. They go with a Panzer IIA and a U-375. Okay, so a little bit of discard. Alright, well, let's Let's use our M18 aggressively here. Now let's get some attacks in. Make them come through our Hellcat. And it takes off, you know, a fifth of their life total, which is pretty good. Or their HQ's total. So death from above gets our Wildcat, so that's actually okay with us. And next turn I think we're going to go Crusader into Convoy. Or maybe we can do it. I mean, we're in an interesting spot here because we really want to get some more HQ damage in. I think we just have to play a single Convoy. Alright, we get a Desert Rat, 2 Desert Rats, so then we can play those next turn. So let's get another HQ attack in. And let's actually pin this Panzer. So we only get 1 draw off this Crusader, but we get to draw from our We Can Do It's as well. Alright, so a Marine Division for our opponent, 3rd Marine Division, or Regiment, 3rd Marine Regiment. Alright, they pump everything up. So we gotta figure our Hellcat's going down next turn. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, let's go Crusader to start. Desert Rats to pin the Marines. Draw a card, which is nice. And then let's get an attack at their HQ. And I mean, this Hellcat has done 12 damage. So, I think we're feeling okay here. This Panzer's a little afraid of us right now. So if our Hellcat can hold the front line for another turn, Eagle's Claws gets our Crusader, but there wasn't much that Crusader was going to do. Death from above gets our Hellcat, but we are starting to pull ahead on the cards. Okay. Yeah, our card advantage is feeling pretty good here. Plus we have our naval bombardment, so we can pin as well. Let's get a Wildcat out there. Alright, so they have an airstrike, which puts it back in our hand, plus we lose our naval bombardment. So that's a pain. Let's go Wildcat again, though. And let's go after their HQ. They're down to 1 card in hand. We have tons of good cards in our deck, so hopefully we can pick some up here. We would have loved to have kept that naval bombardment. We could have even lost one of our We Can Do It, so we would have been fine with that. So, our Wildcat's protecting the HQ. Big fella. Okay. I think actually what we do here is we go We Can Do It and get an attack at the HQ in. Because now they're forced to attack the Wildcat with 2 things. And they still have only minimal cards in hand. Alright. We would really love to have our naval bombardment at this point. Daylight bombing is good though. We'll take that. Let's go with a daylight bombing on these Marines. Hopefully we can take them down. Alright, just get them. That's good though. We'll take it. Let's go with a death from above. Hopefully we get the other Marines. Great. Okay, we're not afraid of 2 Panzer 2As by themselves. If they get friends, then we do have things we got to worry about. Okay, so a Stug 3F. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Let's go with a strategic bombing. Take out the Stug, do 3 more damage to the HQ. Let's go with a We Can Do It. Alright, and a Wildcat. Okay, we'll take a Wildcat. Big fella is coming up. Alright, and they get a Panther G, so that's a pain. Okay, so commandos. Let's buzz the HQ, see if we get lucky. Alright, we take out a Panzer. Let's flip a coin with the big fella. All right, we got the Panther. So that was lucky. So next turn they got to take the our B-17 out. They get a Stuka and they're attacking. Usually people play their stuff and then attack. All right, so let's just pick up the win with the B-17. And there's Bomber Commandos coming through. So Bomber Commandos, pretty good way to start the next season here in Cards. And let's just review here quickly Bomber Commandos. This one's expensive. I will admit that for sure. You can see two elites on our opening screen here, another elite right after that, a couple of specials right here. And so this one is an expensive build for sure. P40 in here as well. There are budget options for a lot of these. Corsair F4U1C is a good option if you don't have these higher end planes. You can use B-25 Mitchells instead of the Flying Fortresses. But, sometimes you gotta, when you have really powerful, good cards, you gotta play really powerful, good cards because it's fun to play really powerful, good cards. But that's just a spin through Bomber Commandos. This was definitely the toughest build for me for Commandos week, but we got a winning record there at the end, so that's always good. So if you like our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/cardspodcast. If you just want to follow along and everything like that, we stream on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. And, just keep continuing to visit the website, give us more ideas, and reach out to us on email, cardspodcast@gmail.com. That's Bomber Commandos, everybody. Thank you for hanging out and checking it out, and we will talk to you soon.